Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, osia dem yopo.
You are most welcome to PENDREAM TV, the only channel that brings you the best and latest updates in politics. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for more updates, like and also share to other members to watch as well. Please, your comments are most important to us. Do leave a comment after watching or send us your voice note on our WhatsApp number, which is 0277 128 777. Thank you. Please, I would like you to join me listening to what we have for you today and leave a comment after watching as well. Thank you.
Yes, if I may just get a minute to say this. I think one of the people who send their messages actually mentioned it, and I want to just add that if anyone should be prosecuted among all the corrupt cases that this government has been involved in, if the Attorney General cannot find anybody to prosecute, it is this same man, Richard Ahiagba, who should be prosecuted. He should be standing trial now as we speak. You understand? This is a man who voted in 2020 elections. By his own confession, he voted in 2020 election when his name was not in the electoral roll.
He made that public.
Yes, he only got to register as a voter this year. In just ended in the ended electoral registration exercise. That was when he went to register, but he didn't have the card to vote in 2020, yet he voted and he admitted to that. And what is more criminal than that? So people like that should be prosecuted, and not Dr. Atufosun, who was serving this country as a deputy minister for finance and trying to help people get health services. So it is a selective justice, as my brother said, that we are witnessing. But let them set that precedent. Let the court decide on this matter. But the evidence that we have as the public, as far as this audio between the Attorney General and Jagba is concerned, is enough for any future government, any future NDC government to use to pursue people who we know are deeply involved in corrupt practices as we speak.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Special regards to those of you watching on YouTube. I think about 3 times the number of people watching on Facebook are actually watching us on YouTube, and I failed to acknowledge them. So yes, so there are so many people watching us on YouTube. So yeah, so those of you watching us on YouTube, we thank you so much for your time this morning. But I'll do.
Before we continue, I think the nation has to look at the prosecutorial jurisdiction of the Attorney General. The power of the Attorney General to prosecute is so whimsical and capricious to the extent that Attorney General has already been empowered to use his powers or her powers selectively.
Yeah.
You know, as it is now, the Attorney General can decide not to prosecute the crime.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The Attorney General can decide whom to go for. In terms of prosecution.
It has become whimsical.
Yes, we have to. People are calling for the separation of the office of the Attorney General from the Ministry of Justice. Look, even if we do that, and we still allow the Attorney General to enjoy such unregulated power of prosecution, I'm telling you, we are still going to witness acts of selective justice. So the nation must look at that, because I want to believe that it is part of the colonial legacies left for us by the British colonial regime. And I think we have to look at it. If we want our democracy to be fair to every political party, because ours is multi-party democracy. And you cannot have an Attorney General who has become the chief prosecutor for the party, or who has become an appointee of the party, and will do everything possible to ensure the political and electoral fortunes of the party, rather than prosecuting in the interest of the state.
Witch hunting.
Right. I think I agree with you, but you know that these issues were never discussed, even though we've had several attorney generals under the Fourth Republic until this one. Okay, so that means that that means that when you have a certain regime that is bent on pursuing personal vindictiveness and pettiness, this is what you get.
But honorable, yes. I'm telling you, I'm not cutting you short. These issues had been discussed on so many occasions.
Even the separation of the Ministry of Justice from Attorney General is something that has been.
Exactly.
But you see,
it has been in
many
the public
people
debate.
who didn't see the need for it are now seeing it because the current Attorney General, the current government have amplified the need for it to be decoupled.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So it is sometimes the individuals involved.
And the powers to be curtailed. The powers should be very regulated. You know, the decoupling is one thing. And whether the Attorney General will still have the power to apply selective justice or not is another matter. Right. And I'm much more concerned about the kind of power given to the Attorney General to apply selective justice without any criminal consequences.
Yeah.
That must be curtailed.
Right. I'll do a few more messages now. Look at our final topic. Good morning, Bless. I decided to join your platform today because of Mr. Solomon's submission. He really makes my day. All right. Thank you so much. Good morning. Dabir Yakubu Peter, watching live from Eastern Region, Kufuridi. My regards to Honorable Bandim Abednego. Thank you. Jeff from Ashaiman says it's about time every Ghanaian came to realize how lawless the MPP is. Who is Ahiagba, who voted in 2020 when his name was not in the register? His name was actually written in ink into the register. Jeff from Ashaiman, thank you for your message. Right. Also, let me proceed to this one. I'm glad about Mr. Solomon's submission. I think the supporters of the MPP are trending in slippery ground because those who support the Attorney General should know that karma will soon eat them when they are in opposition. Solomon Bantama Kumasi, thank you, Solomon, for your message. Good morning to you and your panelists. I take so much interest in the discussion because it seems our justice system is diminishing gradually, and the innocent continue to suffer in this country. I'm a bit worried how this discussion is now linked to pastors for taking salary, which is religiously legitimate and aligns with ministry. It says pastors taking money is actually is legitimate and aligned to ministry.
It's the sheikh as well. So you go there and take money and then he takes money for what he's working. You must work.
Good morning, Bless. Where is Butter? And why has he not been appearing on the show? Nana from Techima.
They don't want to hear
Butter actually comes on Thursdays.
This is the bitter truth.
He's engaged in some other stuff. So once he has the time, he will appear on the show. Good morning, Bless. I seriously like the sincerity of Solomon, but he gives his vote. He should give his vote to GM for now.
No, he should give his vote for no. He should understand this situation. Alasa, please don't go and vote for the NDC. Vote for Mr. Alantamati.
Yes, Richard Ahiagba should be told in plain language that we supporters of NDC will go to Parliament to whip out our MPs who will not be in Parliament to support Honorable Atuforsin. He should get that into his skull. Sami from Adenta. Let's look at this final story. A distinct inquiry to ensure that any persons connected with the unfortunate incident are brought to book. I know in Parliament, I think on Friday, the Member of Parliament for the North Dawn constituency spoke on this issue. Yes. I don't know what Parliament wants to do about it, whether they would summon the director of the hospital to Parliament to answer a few questions, or maybe the Minister of Health to answer a few questions on this matter. Yes. But this is clearly a very heart-wrenching story. Very, very.
Yes, Parliament had a discussion on it, and the Honorable Okudzato made an appeal through the Speaker that the Minister should brief the House on this matter, and a committee is set to investigate it, an independent committee. And particularly, we believe that matters of this nature should be taken seriously, and to allow the government or the ministry or the Ghana Health Service to investigate itself, because would amount to nothing, as we have witnessed in the past. So Parliament is strongly calling for parliamentary inquiry on this matter. That is because, bless, this case is not different from what we just discussed. And I can say that we are failing as a country, because the issues we now have to deal with, I believe 8 years ago, were not issues that we were faced with. 8 years. We didn't have to discuss some of these issues where justice is pursued selectively, where the poor cannot get health services. In Nkrumah's Ghana, that a poor man who had a poor lady, right, who had an accident, taken to the hospital, and because her relatives were not showing up and didn't have money to pay, a hospital that is supposed to care for the woman decided that a hospital with a chief executive officer, with the hospital administrators, together with doctors and nurses that should give care to the poor woman, took a decision to throw her in the bush for her to die. And the woman is dead. And I asked myself, what have we done as a nation? Where is our democracy taking us to? I thought people queue to vote in order to be served. So when we queue to vote and we are treated this way, the question is it worth voting at all? Is our democracy worth it? Because I believe that a military ruler, under a military regime, we will not witness some of these things. But because people think that they can commit crimes and go away with it, we hear of some of these things. A hospital is a place that we go to get treatment, to be healed from our ailment. But if our hospitals are now, that is also ill-equipped, are turning against us and throwing us out of the care that they're supposed to give us, then it doesn't look like there is hope for the future. But all of this is happening because of the kind of leadership we have, political leadership we have in this country. Otherwise, why would we have people come to beg us to vote for them? Then they come under their rulership, we are faced with this kind of challenges. Bless. I said that our hospitals are not equipped because there is also a discussion about some medicines at the port that need to be cleared, that was donated by a global fund, that need to be cleared. And for 8 months, it is still at the port. These are all health issues that need to be looked at. People are crying and asking government, please clear for us to use because patients need them. Let me tie it up. Yet government is not doing anything about it. Does the president hear when we speak, when the citizens speak? I don't know if he hears, if he ever hears. But it appears that they hear only when they have an interest. Okay? Only when there is an interest to pursue politically, especially when it has to do with political opponents, then you see them acting. But when it has to do with the ordinary Ghanaian whether it is in the pursuit of justice or it is in the pursuit of health delivery, the politicians we have today, the ruling class, don't care about the ordinary Ghanaians. And I think that heads must rule. I understand that the director was suspended for investigations to take place. The investigations must be done within the shortest time frame so that we can get to know what actually happened.
Right.
But the biggest head that must rule should be the MPP government.
Right.
They should be booted out of power to prevent some of these things.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for staying to PENDREAM TV. Really appreciate your time. Please, if you have not yet subscribed as a new member, please do so for us. Hit the notification bell, like, and also share to other members to watch as well. Make sure you share to other members on your contact list or on your group chats. Thank you.
PENDREAM TV now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.